Hello everyone, this is Angie at Stampin' with Amore, and today I am sharing a macaron box, or macaroon box, however you want to say it. And this was a requested box by one of my followers, and so I thought I would give it a try for her and see if I can come up with one. And this one is super cute, and it's really sturdy. So my advice is to use Stampin' Up cardstock and Stampin' Up window sheet, because I know you've heard me say this a million times, but the cardstock is super good quality, and that is the reason I started buying Stampin' Up, and then that's why I joined Stampin' Up, because of the quality of the products. And the window sheet is another example of that, and I want to show you something just super quick. So I was looking for my window sheet and I couldn't find my package, so I found another of my acetate that I had laying around from like years ago, and I looked at it and I could not believe the difference in the quality. So this is the window sheet, or the acetate, that I found. So can you see that that is super flimsy? Look at that. And then I finally found my acetate, and look at this. Can you see? Look at that, doesn't bend. Look at this. I was like amazed at the difference in the quality of this. And it's really important, my point is, because when you're making a box like this, you need the sturdiness for your box. You need the sturdiness for this box to be sturdy. So that is just my little spiel today, because I thought it was super important to talk about that. Anyway, this is what I'm sharing today, and so let's go ahead and get started, because it might be a little bit longer since we have to put the window in this box. Alright, so for this project you are going to need some 12 by 12 cardstock, and to get the 12 by 12 on Stampin' Up, you have to buy the color family. So this is the 2018-20 in color cardstock in the 12 by 12, so you can order it in color family, and you will get a little bit of every color. And I can't remember how many sheets. I think it's 4 of every color. Alright, and this piece is 8.5 by 12, and then to mat it you are going to need 3 pieces, and these are 1 7/8 by 7 7/8, and this is the All My Love Designer Series paper. I love this pattern, especially for this box. I thought it was perfect. And so this is it. You've seen me use it a ton. I used it a lot for Valentine's, and the patterns are all really pretty. I love them all. So this is what I'm using for that. And then of course the window sheet. And this is 1 3/4 by 7.5. And then I just have a piece of Whisper White to stamp the little sentiment and the little tag that we're putting on the top. Alright, so let's get started scoring this. I'm going to use my Simply Scored for this. And we are going to score the 12-inch side at 2 and 10. And then we're going to turn it. On the 8.5-inch side, you're going to score it at 1/2, 2.5, 4.5, and 6.5. Really simple scoring. Okay, so that is it for the scoring. So let's go ahead and cut this now. And I'm cutting it a little bit different, but first let's just go ahead and get rid of these little rectangles up here. And then cut in. This is going to be the flap that goes inside our box. And this one also. And then we are going to cut up each side here to that first score mark. You can use this box for anything other than macarons. I mean, you can put Actually, I put Ghirardelli's. They will fit in here too, because this box is 8 by 2 by 2. It's a really good size. I wanted to do this a little bit different, but I didn't have enough room to make some little flaps to hold the lid open, so I'm creating these other little tabs here so that there's not a gap in the top of the box. And I'll show you what I mean by that in just a minute, because I don't like it to look like it's open at the top, especially when you're doing it for cookies. And my advice when you're putting any kind of pastry or cookie in a box is to use either doilies or some parchment paper, or line your box, because if it has any kind of oil or grease in it, it is going to bleed on your cardstock, and you don't want to do that. Alright, so this is what I'm talking about on this box. This little flap is going to fold inside, because if I didn't put that in, this would like really gap open, and I didn't like that about that. I wish I could have put the flaps in the inside to hold the top lid open, because it does want to fall in a little bit, but once you have your cookies or whatever you're putting in here, you'll be fine. So we are going, oh, I wanted to cut these a little bit shorter, so we're going to trim these too. Just the middle one, and then trim it down. It'll just cut down on the bulk in this box, because it is pretty big. Okay, so that is it. That's what it's going to look like. Now we're going to go ahead and mat it first. I don't usually do that, but for this box you need to, because we're going to put our window in. So let's go ahead and mat these. And watch the pattern, because it is a bit directional, so make sure you've got them going in the right direction. So we are matting this top one, and then we're going to mat, we're not matting this one right here, we're going to mat this one here, and I need it to go this way. Don't be afraid to put adhesive on this. No, this one needs to go this way, because you don't want this to fall apart after you put the work into making it so pretty. And then this is the front, so this one's going to go this way. I don't know if I'm running out of this. I filled another one just in case, because I thought the other day it felt like it was starting to run out. And this one, oops, we want to go on this. Alright, so now we're ready to put the window in. So let's go ahead and bring the Big Shot up here. And to get this piece as wide as it is in the Big Shot, you do need to fold this up a couple times. So we're going to fold it like that. Let me grab the Big Shot here. And it will lay in here like so. Now it's going to be quite thick going through the Big Shot, so it might be a little bit harder to get it through. And to cut the window, I'm using the stitched rectangles, and we are using the second one here, which is this one here, and this one, the window part of it is about 1 1/4 inches. So that's what you need for that. And then this is for the treat time, is for the little tag we're putting on it. It's a real treat being friends with you. Alright, so let's go ahead and get this going. So let's leave a little space there and center this, and I'm going to use a little bit of a sticky note here because I want it to stay where I put it. And then let's go ahead and run that through. Make sure these are lined up really good to go through your Big Shot. I do need to hold this because it's very thick. And I'm going to bring it back because it is going through a couple layers of paper here. And then we are ready to take this off. And you may have to kind of wiggle it around here because it is pretty thick. But it will come off, and you can trim the inside if you need to, like this little spot there. So I'm going to turn it around, and we're going to do the same thing on this side. Leave the same amount on this side, eyeball it, and center this. And no, it's not going to cover that, but I'll show you what we're going to do here in a minute. Make sure it looks about the same and it's even with these. Grab another sticky note here. And we're going to run this one through. It's really tight. I'm going to run it back through. And I don't have it even. I have one of my plates is off center. That's what the problem is there. I didn't line these up. It's important to line those up. I didn't catch it till I was halfway through when I was struggling there. All right, I'm just gonna run this through a little bit more here. Oh, look at that. Much easier when you line it up. Yeah, don't make sure your plates are not like this one was kind of overlapping. Make sure that doesn't happen. Really makes it difficult to get your piece through. And then we're going to do the same with this one. And this one came out much better because I ran it through. So you might want to run it through a couple times to make sure you get it all the way cut through. This one we're just going to trim this little piece off here because you don't want that showing in your window. And there's one other little piece here. I think that's it. All right, so now what you're going to do is you're just going to clip this off right there and right here. So you have an even window across there. And that framelit works really good for that. And I see another little piece right here. So make sure you get all those little pieces because you don't want it showing. All right, so we are now ready to put our window sheet in. And for the window sheet, I advise using Tombow. And it will dry clear. It just works better because there's not a whole lot of space here for the window sheet. It's kind of a little narrow area here. And then just center that on there. And you do have to hold it, and if it overlaps, just use a little bit of alcohol on there. It'll come off because it kind of over squeezed out on there. And so we're going to let that dry just a minute. You can use a Q-tip too to clean that really quickly. I don't have one right here, but we're going to let that dry a minute, and we're going to go ahead and stamp our sentiment. So let's grab some lovely lipstick. And we'll stamp, let's just go ahead and stamp that down here. Let's not waste that other. And then we're going to punch it out with a coordinating punch, and I can't remember what the name of this punch is, but I'll put it in the video when I post it. And you're just going to punch that. And we're going to set that aside for a minute, and you're going to take a 1-inch circle punch, and we are going to punch the front here, center it in the middle of there, and then just punch it not quite halfway through. And this is just going to make it easier to open your box. All right, so let's go ahead and sharpen these all. Okay, so it is all sharpened. All right, so let's go ahead and get this put together. I'm going to use my fast fuse, but use your Tombow or your tear and tape for this. And we're going to bring this one forward first and just line it up, and you can even use your surface to level that out. And then we're going to do the same on this side. This is the front, so we want this front to go back. Alright, so do the same here on this one. Line it up really good. And then we're going to put adhesive on both sides here. Don't be afraid to put adhesive on here because you don't want this to fall apart, especially with cookies in it. And then we are going to line this one to the back. Do the same with this side. And then these will fold on the inside here, and you have your box. So that's why I put those little flaps, so this is all closed in there. So I am going to use my All My Love ribbon, and this comes in a combo pack with this little ribbon right here, and this is Flirty Flamingo, I believe, and it's a real sheer ribbon. It's really pretty too. Both of these are really pretty ribbons. And we're going to just tie a bow on this one. This ties really pretty bows too. Let's see if I can do it justice. There we go. And then we're going to clip this one. Love this ribbon. And then we are going to punch a little hole with our 1/8 inch circle punch here, and we're going to just do it kind of on the side here, and then we're going to add it with some baker's twine to our box, some Whisper White. And you can put this on however you like. I used some ribbon, the 1/8 inch ribbon on the other one, but at the time I couldn't find my baker's twine, so I did find it. It actually was sitting right in front of me, but I'm just going to tie a little bow here too. Oops. And we'll trim that up. We just want a little bitty small one. Alright, so there you have it. This does hold some little Ghirardellis too. When you put your goodies in here, the top will stay up. This will fit some of the 2x2 Ghirardellis. You can line them all up and put them in there. You can put a little small gift in here. It's really a good size. It's 8x2x2. I'm not sure if I said that earlier. So that is it. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you all have a blessed day. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit the bell for notifications each time I upload a new video. See you later, everyone. Bye.